Welcome back to the program. Here's how the Calgary Flames are looking at the Four Nations face-off break in a season that they have truly exceeded expectations. Calgary just 3 points back of the Canucks for that final wildcard spot in the Western Conference. And that's a perfect reason to chat with our good friend, TSN Calgary Bureau Chief Salim Valji. Salim, great to see you. You look fantastic. They've exceeded expectations this season. I mean, it's been a great story in Calgary, fighting for that wild card spot with Vancouver. What do you think is the biggest reason that this Flames team has proven so many wrong, including a lot of us here at Canada Sports Leader?
Yeah, and they don't let us forget that they have proven a lot of us wrong. As we were talking earlier, Jay, I think the biggest word is culture. And I know it's super cliche. I know that fans roll their eyes. But I've been around this team a lot over the past few years. And I can tell you, even talking to guys today at the Winsport practice facility, they are such a tight-knit group, Jay. This isn't a team of 25 players taking 25 cabs to the Saladome every day. They spend a lot of time with one another. They're going to be planning a Four Nations get-together tomorrow, they were saying. And I spoke with Blake Coleman after practice, and he told me that us in the media or fans, we'd be surprised as to how much that spending time with your buddies away from the rink can have an impact on the ice. You're more motivated to win on a one-on-one battle. You're willing to hold each other accountable because you know that you're all part of the same mission and same objective. And Jay, if you look at the talent that was on this roster last season, Chris Tanev and Elias Lindholm and Noah Hanifin and Jacob Markstrom, the list goes on, and you compare that to the talent this year on paper, you would not figure that this club would be in a better spot than last season's team, but here we are. And Jay, I think the past couple of seasons have been quite the lesson for all of us in the talent versus chemistry debate, because the Calgary Flames on paper have significantly less talent than a season ago, but they are in a much better spot. And Jay, it comes back to chemistry. And I think Michael Backlund, Ryan Huska, and that veteran group of 6 or 7 players have done an outstanding job of really creating an environment where they're all for one and one for all. And you're seeing that on the ice. We'll get to Dustin Wolf in a sec, but culture would be the biggest reason, I think, that they're in this spot. And there's a real chance that there's some more playoff action at the Saladome potentially to come.
And Craig Conroy just made a pretty significant deal bringing in Morgan Frost and Joel Farabee. It's an intriguing position for Conroy to be in because in some ways we thought this was a rebuild, so we're not exactly sure what they're going to do at the deadline. What are they going to do at the deadline, Salim Valji?
And yeah, you remember a couple of years ago at the press conference where the word rebuild wasn't being allowed to be said, Jay, and it goes to show how quickly things can change and expectations, right? And that was their big move. They got 2 top 9 forwards in exchange for 2 players that weren't going to be a part of the solution long term. And I think still they want a right shot center who can win faceoffs. They desperately need that, Jay. They are among one of the worst teams in faceoffs, and they speak about it constantly. Losing the puck means that you have to work to get it back, plain and simple, right? So they need someone, maybe a fourth liner that can win draws and is responsible defensively. We all know that this isn't going to be an offensive juggernaut of a squad, and if they can add offense around the fringes, I'm sure they would. But a right-handed shot who can win them faceoffs. And then another bigger need longer term is someone to play permanently with Mackenzie Weegar. God bless Joel Hanley and Jake Bean, who have played pretty well, particularly Hanley. But Mackenzie Weegar needs a bona fide top 4 defenseman to play alongside him, preferably someone who shoots left so Weegar can play his strong side on the right side. So I think that's the longer term need. Regardless, Jay, as you said, they're not going to sacrifice anything for the future just to get in a playoff gate or two. This is all about long term. This is about opening that brand new arena in 2027 with a team that's more able to take that next step. But a short-term need would be a right-handed shot who can win faceoffs. And a longer-term need is someone to play with Mackenzie Weegar, who is oh so close to being a part of that Canadian squad that's going to play tomorrow night versus the Americans.
Now, you know we love our Harvey's Hot Takes here on the program, Salim. We've already had a couple from our friend Brian Hayes on the show. You actually have a hot take for us right now involving Flames star rookie netminder Dustin Wolf. You have the floor, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm going to grab my notepad over here because there are some stats. And I think that Dustin Wolf has worked his way into the fringes of the Hart Trophy conversation for league's most valuable player. And I know people are going to roll their eyes or question the sanity or levy other very rational words towards my direction. But hear me out for a minute, Jay. Number one in high danger save percentage at 5-on-5 among starters and 1B goalies. He is second in high danger goals against average. He is first in high danger goals saved above expected. He's third in 5-on-5 save percentage, and he's third in 5-on-5 goals saved above expected. And I know that that's a lot to digest, but he is not just excelling as a rookie, Jay. He is excelling as a top-tier goalie in the NHL as a rookie. And if you think about where the Calgary Flames would be at right now, if it wasn't for Dustin Wolf, they would not be in this playoff conversation. And I'm a Hart Trophy voter, Jay, and my criteria is this. If you subtract this player from this team, how much worse is that team off? And the Calgary Flames right now, if they use Dustin Wolf's goals against average, they'd be the sixth best team for goals against average in the league. With Dan Vladar's, they'd be 22nd. And the Calgary Flames have the 30th ranked offense in the league. No playoff contending team comes close to as bad as the Calgary Flames have been at scoring. How are they getting it done, Jay? It's through team defense, and it's through their goalie. And I think if Connor Hellebuyck is in the conversation for the Hart, as he should be, because he's having a stellar season, that'll probably culminate in another Vezina. Well, consider this, Jay. Dustin Wolf gets an average of 2.76 goals per game support from the Flames. Connor Hellebuyck gets nearly a full goal more per game from the Winnipeg Jets. The Calgary Flames do not have a Connor McDavid to a Leon Draisaitl. They do not have a Josh Morrissey or a Mark Scheifele. The Calgary Flames, Jay, their best scorer this season is Jonathan Huberdeau. He is tied for 79th in the NHL in scoring right now. That goes to show how valuable Dustin Wolf has been. And I do think if they somehow make it into the playoffs and Dustin Wolf continues his strong play, how could you not have him in serious consideration for this honor? I rest my case.
I like it. I think that's a pretty good take. And, of course, he's up for the Calder for sure. And one of the guys he's battling it out for the Calder, Macklin Celebrini, and Calgary's first game after the Four Nations face-off break will be against Celebrini and the Sharks on Sunday. Salim, you are terrific.